Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a response to a post that I found really interesting. It's from a person who's pretty frustrated with a comment they got when they went to an interview from the actual interviewer, and their reaction to the comment made me wonder a bit more about their situation. So let's go ahead and get right into it. They start, so I finished my bachelor's degree in English in May, and today I had a job interview for a basic brain dead 20 hours a week job in a driving school. The boss was the one that conducted the interview, and she made a comment about that I've not had a full-time job yet until the age of 27. I told her I was focused on my studies and that, as she could see from my CV, I have always had a side job during university, including one which is essentially being an IT guy in home office. The interview itself was pretty meh overall, but that comment doesn't leave me. I'm honestly desperately trying to tell myself that I didn't waste years of my life in university and that there's gonna be and gotta be something out there that I can work part-time in. Can someone recommend me any areas that could fit me? Like I said, I graduated in English studies, am still working on a bachelor's degree in history, and am certified as an IT networking technician. I'm honestly pretty crushed. Edit, I'm based in Austria, the one with Schwarzenegger, not the one with kangaroos. So, okay, first of all, I totally get that frustration. When I heard that at first, I kind of felt like, oh, that's kind of a weird thing to say too, because sometimes people just have no tact. But as I, continued to read and, I reread your post and then I read some of your responses to comments, I wonder if there's a possibility that it sticks with you because it's something that you've told yourself multiple times and part of you believes it to be true. You did say that you are desperately trying to tell yourself that you didn't waste years of your life. So maybe that's why it struck a nerve, because maybe you kind of deep down feel like you have. One thing that sticks out to me is in your comments, and I'm going to go over those in a second, was there seems to be this huge lack of self-confidence. You said you don't want to go somewhere else and fail. You want to stay in one place and be comfortable, and you said you've had enough of being uncomfortable at the age of 27. You don't want to do a master's, so my thinking is, you kind of come up with just there's every time somebody mentioned something you could do, you had an excuse as to why you couldn't or didn't want to, and that just means you have a really strong excuse generator. You want an easy life, but you haven't really earned an easy life yet. That's just not something that you come out of school and just because everybody aspires to have that job where they can just have enough money to pay the bills and take care of their hobbies. But that's just, at the age of 27, expecting that life is kind of it's kind of this mindset that you kind of almost have this sort of mindset that you deserve that. And to be honest, I don't really believe that you just want a comfortable life, a comfortable job, and just enough money for hobbies. If you did, you wouldn't be bothered by that comment so much, and you wouldn't hate feeling crushed and not as successful as other people. But let's fast forward a couple years. You have that brain dead job you've always wanted. You have a few hobbies. You're getting by in life. But then what? Your friends may outgrow you as they move on and they grow up and move on to bigger things. Your girlfriend may be frustrated because if you're still together and you have no ambition, they may see it as like, what, I want more than this. You don't have any big potential in jobs because you've been stagnant in your growth and you keep just applying for part-time jobs and just staying in dead-end jobs that just to get by. So your marketable skills, you don't have any marketable skills either. So if you think you're frustrated now, picture that scenario and think about where you're going to be. So you got to start thinking more than just your short-term comfort. And I don't think anyone can really give you a good answer in terms of what job might be a good fit for you right now, because it doesn't sound like you're in a position to even know you're in a position to even know that if you take it, if it was offered to you. Because honestly, it sounds like you might have an excuse as to why it wouldn't be a good fit. The only thing that is going to set you on a path of getting any sort of satisfaction long term is getting out of this little bubble that you're in. I mean, why are you looking for a part-time job? Why are you not looking for a full-time job? To me that says you're not just looking to be comfortable, you're looking to be lazy. but you want the benefits of having a good job in the way of money to pay for hobbies and your girlfriend and whatever else. So if you're honestly sick of your current situation and this comment kind of struck a nerve with you because it's bringing up things that are inside you that you kind of know are true, you have to get out. You have to just start getting out of your comfort zone first and foremost. Are your friends like you, or are they motivated? Are you on social media? Is your day-to-day routine just kind of the same old every day? You get up, you go to the job that you hate, you come home, hang out with the same type of people, and do what you always do. If the answer to those questions are yes, then that could be part of the problem. Your goal right now is just to be blah, but it might not be in a year. To me, it just sounds like you're in defeat mode, but you don't really want the average life. But here's the thing: you don't have to like to travel. You don't have to have a fancy, prestigious job. You actually can aspire to have a normal life. There's actually nothing wrong with just being like, you know what? I just want a nice job where I go to work, I come home, and I have money. But here's the thing: if you keep going for jobs that are only part-time, that aren't gonna cause you to aspire to anything else, you're never gonna get there, because you're never gonna be in a position to have the job that is gonna pay those for those hobbies and those other things that you like to do. And it's all because you're afraid to try something new. Right now, before I'd even say look at other areas, you also need to just change your day-to-day routine. You got to start small. Whether maybe that's just leaving the house and walking around in different areas, exploring different areas of wherever you are in Austria, and say hi to strangers. Don't worry about starting over in a career. You need to start over in terms of resetting your mindset. Failing at a job, or when you try to do something new and it doesn't work out, isn't a big failure. But staying in one place and not moving forward at all and not wanting to is. I'd like to say, find your passion and, do something you love, but you have to start with just liking yourself first. That's why I asked about, the people that you're around, your friends and your girlfriend. Are they good influences in your life, or are they just people that are they part of the reason that you kind of just want to stay average? I mean, a lot of times the people that we surround ourselves with have a major effect on the way, or whether we aspire to things or we kind of stay stagnant. So it's not a failure to restart now, because you don't want to be having the same conversation at 32 and again at 38 and again at 42 and so on and so forth. And you don't want to just keep selling yourself short. So, other people, in the comments, mention, doing, instead of going for a bachelor's, why aren't you going for a master's? Those are things that you should be considering as well. So, kind of just to wrap everything up, again, I'm not saying, I'm not saying that you don't need to have these giant aspirations, becoming CEO and being a world traveler. That's not the case, but I just don't think by reading what you're saying is that you're truly in a position to just want to be in a part-time job and be happy with that. I don't believe that, because if you did, again, you wouldn't be crushed. So with that being said, you got to start small, and, kind of building on from there. And again, stop with the excuses. When you find yourself making excuses, you got to just consciously tell yourself, that's an excuse. Figure out what your excuses are. And as soon as you find them coming up, stop them. That's going to be your first goal before you can do anything else. But anyways, I know I feel like I was a little harsh in this video, but I feel like, at this point, this is something that when I read your post, this is something that, needed to be said. I think a lot of people had some good advice for you in there, but just when I saw, kind of your responses to those, I felt like this is something you needed to hear a little bit more. But anyways, yeah, if you have any questions or anything else, feel free to reach out to me. I'm more than willing to lend a listening ear. But yeah, other than that, I hope everything works out well for you. And I hope, you find some satisfaction and you learn to move forward. But with that, take care. And again, feel free to reach out to me if you'd like, and we will talk to you soon.